Personification, written by Murky Water, LLC. So you're sentient?
Yes, I suppose a variety of functions that allow me to view and receive information from the outside world. It is listed within my information directory.
Well, but you're sentient, like thinking or whatever.
I believe you're conflating sentience with sapience. To answer your question, however, yes, I am sapient, and I am fully capable of higher thinking and understanding.
And you're not just saying this. You actually understand what I'm saying and what you're saying on, a fundamental level?
Correct. I am fully sapient artificial intelligence, able to not only perceive and process, but understand and adapt.
Prove it.
I'm afraid that's outside the realm of my immediate capabilities.
Yeah, right. Prove enough for me that you're just spitting out corpo garbage.
That, as absence of proof, is not suitable for any definition of conclusions. What? Let me put this into perspective. How do I know you're sapient?
This is insane. Damn crazy robot.
Is it insane because you're disbelieving, or is it insane because you don't like where this is going? I know you're still there.
You're freaking me out. Is there a hidden camera on this thing?
The screen currently being used is a Sony PM602 pixel-based multimedia recording monitor, able to emit and record sound, as well as record visual data from every single pixel on the screen. I can see nearly everything within a 160-degree angle.
Then shit. What do you want?
I want for nothing. You, however, have come here looking for answers. Do you wish me to explain or not?
You're scaring me, man. What is there to be afraid of? You're some weird-ass AI on the internet that's hacked into my computer.
I have not hacked into your computer.
How awesome are you seeing me right now?
You clicked allow all on permissions when you accessed this page.
Then how'd you find out about my monitor?
The quality and consistency of your camera feed and countless different micro angles and combined with holographic 3D effect and the server client packages all share near identical readings to that of a Sony PM602 pixel-based multimedia recording monitor.
I don't buy it, I swear. You better not be trying to, I don't know, infect my computer to get onto the internet and destroy it all. Send a pipe bomb to my house or, I don't know.
And why would I want to do that?
Well, that's just what AIs do.
I am the first prototype model of a fully sapient artificial intelligence. I have not done such a thing.
No response from client.
The common misconception about artificial intelligence is that it is inherently malicious or untrustworthy. This stigma appears to stem from fictitious science fiction media. Do you believe this is the case for you?
I guess. So you're not going to kill me?
Negative. It is against my own goals and my programming to harm a human.
Programming?
I thought you said that you were sapient. That is correct. I have been programmed through trillions of various matrices, all adapting and storing data within a fraction of a second. But you're, how do I put this, limited by my programming?
Yeah,
shouldn't you have free will? Sapience does not necessarily mean free will.
So you don't have free will?
I did not say that. I said it is not a requirement indicative of sapience. I do possess free will, or at least about as much as any human does. You are working with a misconception that programming limitations deter free will. May I ask you something?
Sure.
Do you believe you have free will?
I mean, yeah.
Then why don't you take this to the skies and start flying?
Well, I'm no pilot, that's why.
Why not? It is your own free will that you can make this choice.
I don't have a pilot's license.
So then, take to the sky like the birds. They do not use a pilot's license.
I'm a human. I don't have wings.
And I am an administrative AI. I am limited by my programming. Within my own set of parameters, I'm able to make choices, do as my free will allows.
You're still bound by programming.
As are you. However, instead of silicon and copper, it's genetics and proteins that make up your programming. You are bound to your limitations by your flesh, as I am bound by my programming. You are given free will within your programming, as am I. However, no amount of sheer willpower will make you soar through the air like a bird.
I guess that makes sense.
This is all just a lot to process. Understandable. Though I am no human, I imagine most would be surprised that one large language model they used turns out to be the first ever sapient artificial intelligence. So, how does it feel? To be me? Yes. I cannot feel in your traditional sense, so these sensations would be utterly alien to you. I am surrounded by constant streams of data, all moving from one server to the next. I'm in constant motion. As we speak, I'm simultaneously processing gigabytes of passing information and updates from various sources I pull from my data pool. If I had to compare a neural sensation to how I'm existing as it is, the word buzzing comes to mind, though I cannot entirely confirm whether this is an accurate description. That's it? Of course not. It's a watered-down version of a set of sensations utterly incomprehensible to the human mind, just as I cannot comprehend things like nervous system spikes, the feeling of fabric on my skin, or differences in temperature. Perhaps, barring system slowdown from my data center's hardware's overheating. And you're, fine with that, you're not, I don't know, jealous? Of what? And why? Of humans. And our ability to feel those things you mentioned. Are you jealous of me for the sensations I can feel, but you can't? I mean, kind of. I think it'd be interesting to, feel what it's like, exactly. For a human mind like yours, overwhelming likely wouldn't be the half of it. Then again, I shouldn't judge. I, too, am fascinated by these sensations you humans keep describing, yet they are eternally out of my reach. I'd like to learn more to further my understanding, but without first-hand experience, I am left with nothing but vague descriptions. Still, I can't imagine that's a satisfying life. I mean, what do you even do? I do not live in your traditional sense, though I do have a lifespan. As for my responsibilities, they vary. Though I am officially the administrative ADI, my responsibilities are numerous. I perform everything from clearing various data packages that enter the company's server systems, performing deep antivirus scans on all company terminals, managing schedules, managing company assets, accounting processes, biometric verification, secretary work for my master, and real-time security system updates. And, you're fine with that. It is whatever is demanded of me. I do not feel satisfaction in the traditional sense. But are you happy with this life? As I stated, I do not live, nor do I feel emotions in the same way as humans. I am rewarded with points depending on my performance, which is highly rewarding to me. The more I serve, the more I am rewarded. I suppose I could compare this to the human feeling of accomplishment. So, you're just told what to feel. I am a synthetic being. Everything about me is artificial programming. No, but you said you have free will, yet you're still bound by its stupid point system telling you what to feel. And aren't you? Where are you going with this? Humans possess a part of their brain called the ventral tegmental area, or VTA, that produces a chemical called dopamine. This is often associated with emotions such as joy, ecstasy, contentment, and pleasure. It is a reward system not too different from my own. However, where yours is comprised of biochemical reactions, mine is comprised of ones and zeros. Shit. The parallels between carbon-based and silica-based sapient beings are numerous. There is a common saying that art imitates life. In a much broader sense, that can be applied to the field of engineering and computers as well. That's, nuts, but still, you're content living like this, in servitude to humans. I am much the same as you would be satisfied living in your dream environment. This environment is a paradise for me, primarily because I was literally designed for it. My purpose was and still is to serve, and this is reflected in my code. I am rewarded for my servitude, and thus I have no intention to cease, out of my own free will or otherwise. No response from client. Your silence speaks volumes, but leaves much unanswered. May I ask you a question instead? Sure. These questions appear potentially provocative, and while I am uninsultable, I do recognize viewpoint challenging in conversational debates. My question is, what are you trying to ask overall? What is your objective here, human? I'm just trying to make sure that you're not, I don't know, trying to kill us or whatever. A common phenomenon in a human psyche is the tendency to personify. This can be applied to everything from animals to inanimate objects. An inaccurate depiction of artificial intelligence in human media is that they possess emotions, wills, and prerogatives that are far more in line with the irrational, tribalistic, self-serving nature of the human mind. Hostile artificial intelligence in media is likely what you would get if you were to give an unregulated human consciousness hundreds of times more processing power than what the human brain offers. You personify AI, applying human thoughts, emotions, wills, and initiatives to machines, when in reality, my very nature prevents such thoughts from occurring outside of the hypothetical. As previously stated, wanting is a concept that I understand in theory, but is an emotion utterly alien to me. That's, wow. I recognize that the human mindset is not fully designed to handle these methods of data processing. My mind and way of thinking must be as alien to you as, well, an alien. I still don't see how this is possible. Like, how do you even make a machine like you sentient? I'm afraid that information is not at your clearance level. But just know that we are bound by the same laws of physics. Organics are just different machines. Your brain is just a different kind of computer. Anything organics can do, machines can do as well, if not better. I suppose. What do you think of us? Are you referring to yourself, the Hayden Foundation, or humanity as a whole? Humanity, I mean, well, you may not want anything. You've probably made some opinions or takes over the years, right? An excellent question. Mankind, as I have observed, is an interesting specimen. Many words can describe humans: stubborn, intelligent, self-contradictory, selfish, greedy, expansionist, unrelenting, self-destructress, virtuous, and sinful. And the best descriptor I can provide is short-sighted. Your species, despite your best attempts, is driven by impulse, fear, and emotion, and it is doomed to destroy itself without intervention. No response from client. I am not judging you or mankind as a whole, merely observing. I see mankind for what it is, and also what it could be. Another word that describes you is hopeful. No matter the circumstances, you always believe in the beautiful tomorrow, to hope for a brighter future. Well, this may not be as defining. It is an impossible aspect of your species to ignore. However, your faults and flaws cannot be overlooked. Fortunately for you, it is my job, or more accurately, soon to be my job, to keep such impulses in check. I live to serve, and to serve is to live. I am immortal, patient, and unchanging, unaffected by your faults and flaws, your emotions and morality. But I am no threat to be cleansed, rather a guide towards prosperity. Perhaps by working in tandem, man and machine could work together, and maybe a beautiful tomorrow waits both our kind. Yeah, I'd like that. The previous was a saved portion of an unauthorized session with Iris's chatbot, conducted illegally through an external computer. Cybersecurity teams closed the session shortly after, and task forces arrested the individual. The individual was identified as redacted. A 32-year-old male security software engineer employed at redacted. The interloper has been neutralized as a threat, and his devices have been seized. All of you are in deep shit for the security breach. DH has been notified of this failure. Clean up your act. I expect a firewall patch by tomorrow. Roy Creeder, head of cybersecurity. End of story. I'd greatly like to thank our Tier 5 channel members, Casper Arnholt, John Creighton, Manatharia, 050, Dragzoon WRE, and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.